Oh, yeah, by the way, that was a trip.
It sure was.
We had a great time. We hit the road, and this week I had to take my son to the airport, and I said to Missy, "Why don't you come along and we'll just make a girls' trip out of it?" You know.
And it was great.
Yeah, I introduced Missy to Ikea. She hadn't been.
Oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming. We like pulled up, and I didn't realize how huge the building was going to be, and then
What were you expecting?
I think I just thought, honestly, I thought it was just going to be all furniture, like a warehouse of just like some assembly required. I didn't realize they were going to have like displays and you had to follow arrows and all the things. Like it was a way different experience than I thought.
Plus the balls, right?
The balls. The balls were nothing to write home about, in my opinion. I had actually
Swedish meatballs. She's talking about people, just in case you're
I
wondering.
had heard from people that had loved IKEA. They're like, "Oh, we go for the balls." I'm like, "What? Swedish meatballs at a shopping store?"
That's the first time I've had them, and I've been to IKEA so many times.
And for those of you that love them, go right ahead. You can have all the balls because I wasn't a huge fan, even with all the sauces we tried
They
with
were
it.
very dry and unappetizing, and the presentation of them was even more unappetizing.
Yes.
Especially when we ordered the sides of aioli and things. It looked like someone had just literally picked up a spoon and just flopped it onto a little
Paper
plate
plate.
and gone, "Here you go, here's your side of aioli." There was no nice little bowl or it was
No.
very
I guess for all of their displays at IKEA, I thought their food presentation might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Although the sparkling like juices that we had were really,
pretty delish.
really good compared to like what I thought was going to be.
Yes, those were really good. And the chocolate, I don't know if you've dug into your chocolate yet, but that
Yes.
Swedish chocolate is pretty yummy.
With the hazelnut.
I just
So
demolished
good.
a whole bar really quickly.
I think I ate half of a bar one day on the way. Yeah, and then another half the other day.
yeah. that was
Those
good
little
of you.
cinnamon roll things were good too.
I didn't like those.
I
Didn't like
mean-
those.
I think they needed frosting.
Well, yes. But anyway, IKEA, it's such a amazing shopping experience when you ask me. There are loads of things that you see that you didn't know you needed.
And the pricing is really good, like $4.99 for like 5 dish towels.
I just like all the names, like the Van Upnup and the Fantastic
I think that was
napkins.
one of the highlights of the trip was listening to you go around and saying all the names or attempting to say all the names.
Oompa Loompa Bunch. Did you know you needed one of those? And it's really fun. I love it. And then all of the textiles, like all of the
Yes.
patterns, all of the things.
Patterns.
The
Like if you
rugs.
didn't have a duvet, you like feel like you need a duvet and all the duvet covers now.
Yes. And extra cushions, which all of us know. We don't need any more cushions, right? But
Speak for yourself.
somehow you get in there with the cushions and you're like,
And the
cushions.
pillowcase covers. And I mean, I might have bought a new little muslin blanket, which by the way, I washed it and dried it. It's
And the
perfect.
kitchenware,
Yes.
plates.
The plates. Let's talk about my clearance plates.
Missy was humming and hawing about whether she was going to get these plates. And I'm like, listen, we've walked around the store. You've seen the plates. You're still thinking about the plates. Get the plates because they were on sale at $2.99.
Oh my
a
gosh,
plate.
they were so inexpensive. I
And
think I
they're
got
so pretty.
a set of 8 plates and 8 salad plates for like $34 maybe.
And now you're all going to be heading off to IKEA because it's fun. It's a
Yes.
fun. And it wasn't too crowded because it was a weekday.
And of course, when I got home, I took all the stickers off. I put them in the dishwasher, and then I get up yesterday and I realized all my clean plates are still in the dishwasher. And Josh was like, "I wasn't sure what you were doing with those plates."
Of course.
I'm like,
So
"Well,
you
they're a
don't wanna
new
touch 'em."
addition to our plate collection because the other ones he keeps chipping and putting them back in the
Well,
cupboard."
then you better not let him use these. I think there are some things that we have to keep away from our men folk or the more clumsy
like
folk.
like the dill sauce we bought there at IKEA.
And like my White Company sheets, you
Yes,
know?
let's talk about your White Company sheets quick.
Oh, yes. I have these sheets that came from England that are really lush sheets.
High thread count.
High thread count, crisp cotton, because that was like, so it's nice and cool.
And when do you use these sheets?
Well, Paul's just gone out of town for 2 weeks on a work trip. So those sheets come out, you know.
Wait, I think we have. Oh, hold on, let me go.
Yeah. So anyway, those sheets come out because I think, you know, it's one of those things that as a girl, we really like getting into crisp, ironed, white sheets. Men don't care. They don't care. They have, so, you know, they don't care whether the sheets are crinkled or sweaty.
No, they just muck them up anyways.
Yes. So I save these sheets for, you know, because I miss my man when he's out of town. So, you know, a way I can console myself is by putting these sheets on and thinking,
Of course.
I'm still a single girl.
I'm still a single girl in these fabulous sheets that Paul doesn't even know about.
And the bed stays
Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to worry about like the oily, hairy side.
I don't have to worry about that.
I know.
My sheets are never going to get.
You never have to get the vacuum out.
But he's coming back next Saturday, so I have to do a quick sheet swap.
Oh, he'll never even know. He'll never even know.
No.
So for all of you girls that have secret sheets when your men go out of town,
Don't feel bad about it.
don't feel bad at all.
No. So anyway, Ikea, we got a bit of shopping, lots of things we didn't know we needed. I saved Missy from the jar opener and all kinds of things that she was thinking of
It's
buying.
funny because I got home and I'm like, dang, I should have got that jar opener. But I mean, it's not like Home Goods doesn't have one. I mean, you get so bamboozled with all the things. You're like, oh, I'm here.
And it's just, there's just so many things.
And my 99-cent dish brush or vegetable brush, whatever I bought, so worth it.
Yeah. Well,
Scrubs really well. Used it already.
yeah, loads of picture frames, of course, that are very tempting, but I know I didn't need them. So I didn't buy them.
Still debating on that $18.99 candle that smelled lush, but
Oh,
I just can't spend that money on a candle when I can get it somewhere else for less.
like Paul says, it's burning money, really, candles.
Never thought of it that way, but yes.
They're literally burning money.
Yeah.
But it does smell good. So it depends which way you go on
And
that.
again, as girls, we like smell good stuff.
Yes, we do. And I like to walk in my house and not have it smelling of last night's dinner.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or the fact that I have a dog or multiple dogs in
Paul
my
loves
home.
to fry. He loves to fry. And I'm like, in the summer when I can't open the windows here, I'm like, please don't fry. And he goes, well, I'll put the extractor on. And I'm like, the extractor seems to just push the air around the house and it ends up in my bedroom smelling
and
of
it's fish, right?
fat.
Is that what he's frying?
Well, no, it could be an egg. It could be bacon.
Oh.
And I love bacon, but I don't want to smell it in my house 2 days later, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
It gets in your stuff, and it's just stinky. So
Hence why we need the $19 candle.
correct, exactly. So anyway, and then we left IKEA after about 4 hours of trundling around
And our mediocre lunch.
in our mediocre lunch, and we thought
Liz wanted to go find a beach.
Missy was like, "Oh, you sure?" And I'm like, "Yes, we're gonna go."
Well, the weather was a little like questionable for a moment. We had to check a couple radars, and
I
then
don't have to check anything. I
she's
just
like,
go,
"We're
"I'm
going,
We're going
going
to the beach."
And so then we went and we drove to what we thought was a spot, got out, and literally got
And it was hot, people. It was like 90 degrees, and the beach was low down, so we were going to have to climb down to the
But
beach.
let's talk about our first stop. There was like these beautiful, huge homes being built, and there's no bathroom, so like I pretty much had to like open the 2 car doors and stand in between to try to get my swimsuit on. But we're at the age where we don't care, so I was like, oh, let's pray this man on the roof doesn't see.
I don't think he was looking.
I don't think so either.
He was really into his job.
So then we got our bags and we got walking down this little trail that says, this is not a trail. We read a couple signs, but we just disregarded because we were headed to the beach.
I was going. That water was calling me. Lake Michigan's cool, people. It's so cool and so delicious. So clean.
So we walked a little while in the heat and then we decided it wasn't going to go to where we thought it was going to go. And these people, I think, figured out that we were looking for water.
Yeah,
and they stopped us.
Yeah, and they said, "Oh, you've got to get back in your car and go like up to Fort Sheridan." I had no idea there was a fort like just outside of Highland Park in
Fort
Chicago.
Sheridan Post.
Yes.
Google it. It's a whole thing.
And it was beautiful. So we drove in there, and there were all beautiful barracks buildings, you know, where all the colonels and the sergeants and the...
For those in the Quad Cities, it kind of reminded us of like Arsenal Island a little
Yes,
bit.
it did. And for those in the UK, it kind of reminded me of Shoebury Garrison. It was, and they're beautiful houses. And then we found the beach, and it was really quiet. Not many people.
No, there was just like a grandpa and two little boys.
And there was a preserve there, so there was all wild flowers. It was so pretty, and the water was beautiful.
And lots of signs that say, do not get in the water. But
Yeah.
guess what? We did it, people.
I did.
We did a couple times.
Multiple times. Yep, because that water was calling me. And
And
there
it
were
was
other
clear. It was so clear.
Yeah, there were some other people there. That was one thing that we discovered, though. It was a little bit shingly, And as we get older, our feet are a little bit like ouchy.
By shingly, she talks about like how it was like rough on your feet. I mean, the
pebbles.
rocks, yeah, like they were pebbly, but it was clear. You could get up to like your knee and see to the bottom.
I think I was up to like my shoulders and could see to the bottom.
Yeah.
It was so clean. I love Lake Michigan.
It was very calm that day. And when you looked out to like the horizon, you couldn't really tell where like the water met the sky. It was so beautiful.
For Brits who've only been to New York and Los Angeles and Las Vegas or Florida, this water in Lake Michigan has to be seen to be believed. It is so beautiful. And although this wasn't the most beautiful beach I've been to on Lake Michigan, it was quiet. And for being like 10 minutes out of Chicago, you're like, well, maybe a bit more than 10, maybe 20.
It was like a little treasure.
Yes, it was a treasure. And it was there was a little bit of history there, and it was quiet and it was peaceful, and you would never know that you were in the city. And Highland Park was pretty too. You could go there and make a day and have like lunch and
they had a lot of cute little shops
boutiques.
when we were driving through Deerfield and Highland Park, just kind of wandering around. It was just a very pleasant day of
Yeah, it was.
exploration.
and refreshment because we dunked ourselves in that water.
Yeah.
And like, you know, whereas in the past I'd have gone like, oh, where am I going to change? Like Missy said, you know, you get to that point where when we got back to the car, we just got our clothes off.
Disrobed in the parking lot.
Yeah.
All sandy and like had people, there's cars parked there. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I
But
gotta
this
get
was the
dried
first
off.
time I've ever been on a beach in America and there was a naked boy.
Oh yeah,
Little
we
boy.
talked about that. There was a little boy and the grandpa
He was little.
was
He was
saying,
probably 3 or
you know, get out of the water. And I look over, I'm like, oh, let him be naked. It's fine. And the guy looked at me like I was a little crazy, but you said in England that
yeah,
that's very common.
Commonplace. You'd go to the beach and kids 3 and under, girls, boys, quite likely to be naked. They might have their really they're only wearing swimsuits to keep the sand out of their
Bum.
yes, but it's very common for people to change their kids on the beach and not care about or hiding them. And I remember when I was first over here and I tried to change my kid's diaper nappy up at the pool, and people were like, "Are you going to do that here? You're not going to go to the bathroom?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to that disgusting."
You're like, have you been to
smelly,
that disgusting
nasty
bathroom?
changing room with
Do you want to
the
lay
tray
on it on
table
the
that everybody's baby with a nasty
Yeah,
pull up has been in?
I know. It's like it's a thing.
No.
Ugh.
No.
So we were gonna talk too a little bit about the sandflies at the beach.
Oh God.
They were biting like no other.
Yeah, that was the worst part of it, wasn't it?
It was the worst part because I got a couple bites from them. But
I'm not a big believer in flies.
But then we were talking about that this morning. So I get here to Liz's so we can podcast, and she always makes these amazing little snacks, and she's got a little fly zooming around here. So she gets out this tennis racket that like electrocutes bugs. She's like a Wimbledon champion flying around the kitchen trying to capture this one fly that's trying to eat our delicious smoked
So
salmon.
if I suddenly have to disappear, it's because the fly landed. I do not like flies. And I think it's something coming from England, really, because that was one of the best things about coming to America was we have screens.
In America, there's screens. In England, there is not.
No,
I
no
can't
screens.
imagine. I can't imagine. And then remember when we bought our delicious, fruity, sparkling juice, and I was like, oh, they didn't give you a glass of ice? And you're like, oh, can tell you're from the US. I'm like, wait, what? And so you said ice isn't really a thing.
No, well, because we have such small refrigerators and freezers. Well, there's no way people don't have these big, like, luxurious American fridges where you can make ice. So ice is kind of like a luxury. You have to be making it in these little trays.
Luxury, ice.
Very much so.
I guess that's why all these people that are here for like World Cup are amazed with like free Coca-Cola refills
And all the ice.
and all the ice.
I think that's also the place where you would get ice in your drinks is McDonald's. Obviously, they have ice making machines in the UK as well, and lots of ice. And so I would always look in the drink and go, God, I just paid £2 for that, £2, £2 for that, and half of it is ice. So English people, because we don't get refills and we don't get any of those things, we like go, oh, I just paid for that Coke, and now there's somebody's put all that ice in it. I didn't get my Coke.
I mean,
that's how English people are.
I know we talk about me going there, but I mean, I feel like those are deterrents.
What, the flies?
The flies and no ice.
Yeah, and how do people get rid of them? So we do have these kind of electric things, but, everybody has their windows open in the summer. You don't know what's going to come in. Mosquitoes, bugs, all of that stuff.
So you don't really have air conditioning there either.
No.
And your windows are open with no screen.
No screen, no.
What?
You
so you have to wear
have your
bug
window
spray in
open.
the house all day?
Well, no, we're not spraying bug spray because that's chemicals, right? Maybe our houses stay cooler because they're brick for the most part.
Yeah.
So you've got brick walls, and
they're covered in ivy,
and it doesn't get as hot for as long.
Right.
So it's not like that brick heats up sufficiently to toast you inside. It normally stays cool so that you're cool inside, but doesn't stop flies coming in. And that I can't sleep if there's a fly or a mosquito in my room. If I hear that,
or I'm sweating. We're gonna have to go in a winter month.
Yeah, no. So I have to get rid of it, but you do get used to it because it's just how it is there. It's not like a big deal. The worst of it is if it is a hot spell. I'm normally sleeping at my sister's house. I'm normally sleeping in the rooms in the roof, and it's lovely up there, but it's also hot up there. So because you're in the roof. So,
no.
But yeah, you can have a fan going and things. Yeah, you'll be all right, Missy. You'll be all right. It's just when I used to go to my mother-in-law's to keep the flies out. It was a big old farmhouse, 16th century farmhouse. And she has she used to have those tapes hanging down with
the fly
all
traps.
The flies get on
Oh my
them.
goodness.
It's not appetizing over the dining table, right?
No, I can't.
Look at my new decor.
Oh,
my fly.
My dead flies
ribbons.
on the tape. So we were going to talk a little bit about how England won their World Cup match.
Yes, that was very exciting yesterday. Very
Yes,
exciting.
and talk about some of the differences and like the language and the things that are different between the US and the UK.
Yeah, some of those things when I first came over, and I was working. I remember I was in what you call a cube over here. We call it a cubby. I was in a like a
Cubicle?
office, a cubicle office.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it cubby.
Cubby, okay. A cubby for us is like little storage squares on a shelf.
Yeah, and and I remember sitting at my desk and going, "Oh, has anyone got a rubber?"
What?
And then the next cube over just cracked up and was like, oh, what do you want that for? And I'm like, because I got to rub something out.
What? Okay, that means totally something else in the US.
Yes.
So a rubber is eraser.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, that is what I meant.
And rub something out, like you need to erase it.
Yes.
Rub
but we don't
something
use
out
the word
here
eraser.
does not mean erase something.
Yes.
Unless
you have to be careful going from country to country, because I remember as well, one of the girls I was working with, she thought that the owner of the business was quite, good looking, and she said to me, "Oh, don't you think he's good looking, Liz?" And I was like, "No, really? I mean, no, I don't look at him think he's good looking. I mean, he's a nice enough man, but no, I'm not. I've not got the hots for him." And she said to me, "Oh, she said, I just love it when he's got his suspenders on." It's like,
what?
Suspenders, really? He wears suspenders.
What does suspenders mean in the UK?
They're the things that hold your stockings up.
A garter belt.
Yes.
Oh.
So she's going, "Oh, I think he looks really, really."
You're like, I hope he doesn't wear those.
How often does he get his suspenders on? I'm like, oh, I don't know where I've come to, but
So-
men don't wear suspenders in England.
Yes, in my time.
Well, some men might.
right. In my time working in fine jewelry with you, I mean,
Yes.
they were all from the UK as well, so I got to hear a lot of the jibber jabber, and a female, like
Chick.
a chick in the US, you call a tart.
Oh, well, no, we don't call a girl a tart. She might be a bird. If she's good looking, she's a bird. Or how's your bird?
Oh,
Bird.
she's good looking.
That's
She's a
good looking
bird.
if she's a bird. And if she's a tart, that means she is
Like a little fast.
racy.
Okay.
Like probably what you would call a cougar more, right?
So I'm a tart. I'll take it.
A tart is a little bit of a loose woman thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think my days of that are
Flighty,
over. Flighty.
yes.
That's weird. And then what
Yes.
about we talked about rubber.
Yes.
Pacifiers for
Oh,
babies.
Well, babies in England, raising a baby is different because you put them in a buggy, which is a stroller over here.
Mm-hmm.
And most people are walking with their babies most of the time because going out in England with a baby, you can normally walk to the shops, in 10 minutes, unless you're really in the country.
You just put them on your hip.
So you put them in the buggy.
Oh,
The
okay.
stroller, and the buggy can be very small
Mm-hmm.
because obviously the places you're going to, you're managing smaller spaces, and you've got a smaller house and you've got a smaller front yard, and so you don't want a huge stroller,
Not like the ones in the US.
No, And then when you get into the shops are also smaller. The aisles are narrower.
Do they not have like ADA compliance over there?
What's ADA compliance?
3 feet so that a wheelchair can get through for disabled people?
So it
That's
might
a thing in the US. Like,
Yeah. So it might be in some shops, but I'm sure there are others that have been shops for years.
right.
Probably if you're building a new store over there, I bet you have to
If
have
it's
that.
an older one, it's
And the
grandfathered.
grocery stores. But yes, those old little high streets. I mean, when you go to the big grocery stores that are being built, obviously it's huger, much more similar to what you've got here. But in the small towns, you've got like little high streets that are very narrow where 2 cars can pass at a push. And where if you've got parking on either side
Pass at push. What does that
at
mean?
a push, at a, where cars can go past each other, it's only just.
Oh, okay. So like you got to squeak by.
Yeah. So normally if you go to England, anyone who lives over here, as soon as they get over to the UK or anywhere like that, they're going, ooh, like when you're going past, ooh, ooh, ooh.
So what if you hit somebody? What happens?
Well, you don't hit somebody, but you might hit the parked cars on either side. If you have to stop, you have to actually wait because if their wing mirrors
to
are out,
alternate.
you have to really think about. And certainly when I get close to Paul's house, where they live in Suffolk, it's very like 16th century villages. These villages and the houses on either side were built with no front yards, and they're right onto the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh.
Pavement. And the pavement is narrow.
So you feel like you're going to be driving through someone's like yard.
You and they're very small. I mean that the front doors are about 5 foot high because they were made for like little people in those
What
days.
about
And the windows
tall
are
people
small.
like Paul.
Well, he wouldn't buy one now. But his farmhouse is different. It was 16th century and it's been added onto at various points. But yeah, so it's very interesting when you get back to the UK, you have to adjust to the fact that there's no ice.
Yeah.
And you have to adjust to all of those things and be happy about it because there are lots of other things that are much more exciting about being there, that you can see, that you can get to from anywhere, you can get to anywhere in a couple of hours and have like multiple cultural experiences. But when you're here in Iowa, I mean, if someone says to me, well, where shall we go for the day? And it's, maybe
Ikea.
yeah. Or in 1 or 2 hours, where can I get to that would be a really wonderful cultural experience? I can see beautiful landscape,
Right.
but a cultural experience, a historical experience,
way
maybe John
different.
Deere's house, Not for me. No,
John
thank you.
Deere's house, in case y'all didn't catch that.
John Deere.
John Deere. So, talk about pants that we put on, that we wear. You call them?
We call them trousers.
Trousers.
And you call bibs something that we call dungarees. We call bibs
Bib
dungarees.
overalls.
Yeah.
You call it a dungaree.
Yeah, we call them dungarees.
Or like a baby bib. Is that the same thing? Baby bib?
Bib.
Is that a bib?
That's the thing that catches the...
Food?
Yes.
You still call it a bib?
Yeah, we call that a bib.
Okay.
Yeah. But we don't call dungarees bibs.
What about a swimsuit?
That's a swimming costume, a costume. Have you got a costume?
What?
And then, yes.
A costume?
Have you got a costume? So somebody, like if I said, oh, have you got a costume I can borrow? They might go, oh, what are you go in the water?
Let me go
in a
down to the
costume
basement
for?
and check.
But the other thing with a costume is we call it costume, but we call it a fancy dress party. You know,
What's that?
That's a costume party.
Oh, so like if I would never know. I'd have to call you and be like, what am I wearing? And you'd be like, oh, it's an actual like costume.
Yes. But even worse coming over here, if somebody says to you, like, you know, if I hear that it's like it's a costume party, then I would be like,
In your swimsuit?
yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Or if you were in like turning up in fancy dress to a costume party,
I would be in like an evening gown,
Evening gown.
and I would not be in a costume.
yes.
Oh.
So these are some of the things that you have to be aware of, because it can be a big social faux pas.
What about this one? I love the baked potato. Tell everyone what a baked potato is called.
Oh, I thought you said big potato. A baked potato
Baked potato.
is one where you put the potato in the oven and cook it in its skin.
And it's called what, though? What do you call it?
A baked potato.
No, it's a jacket potato.
Oh, because it's in its jacket.
I just heard that.
We do call it a jacket potato.
Jacket potato.
Mm-hmm.
The skin is its jacket.
It is its jacket. And it's ideally it's going to be crunchy. That's Paul's favourite potato.
You have to put some oil
My
and
boys,
salt. And...
yeah, my boys laugh though, because it's always like, oh God, Dad's making jacket potatoes again, and it's because he's lazy, so he doesn't want to peel them. So
because
he makes out
he also has boiled eggs for dinner on
Yep.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
yeah, with jacket potato.
With jacket potato. Gosh, it's quite the dinner.
His culinary skills are limited, should we say?
But he's great at building a tractor.
Oh my God, building a tractor or building anything.
And then
We can't all be good at everything, can
No,
we?
we cannot. You're exactly right about that. So then also we talked about like in the UK, like if you go out to a store, they don't have like patio furniture or like lawnmowers just outside on display. Like that's not a thing.
Well, no, because number one, we don't have the space.
Okay.
And number two, it's all of the bringing that stuff in at night. In England...
But they don't bring it in here.
No, I know. I don't know how or why that culturally doesn't... It's a problem in the UK, is that it would more than likely go missing, you know?
Right. That's why I know, like when I had talked to some others from the UK, they were like, I can't wrap my head around it because that would never be there in the morning.
Yes. And I remember when we worked at the jewelry store, and I made really lovely planters for outside the front of the jewelry store. And I was like, oh, do I leave them here? What's going to happen? Do we have to get them in at night?
No.
I was like, no, they'll be fine. And I'm like, oh.
They'll still be here
In
in the morning.
England, those would be vandalized or maybe removed.
Who would do that though? Like, what's the
Not
intention?
always.
Why would they
It's
do
not,
it?
It's not always. I don't know. I don't know why they would do it. I mean, who knows why people vandalize anything, right?
Right.
But people would take things, and I don't know why, maybe to sell it. I don't know.
So do you ever wonder when you're over there, like, is this a stolen property?
No. No, but I mean, it happens here as well with
Yeah.
bikes and all sorts of stuff, doesn't it?
But if somebody was up in my yard, like wanting to take my potted plants,
you
they're
don't
going to
do it
be
here
there
'cause
a
they could
while.
be shot here, right?
Correct. Yes, they could. But
So
also, we have a lot of cameras here.
Well, I'm sure they do now in England. I'm sure that's made a
But
difference.
you said you guys typically, like in the UK, they have fences.
Yes, fences and gates. So you would have, because our yards are that much smaller, I mean, you're talking about a handkerchief for most part. Some people don't even have a front garden
Okay.
because it might be straight onto the street. But even if you've got a backyard, it's a very small area. And so people are very protective of their garden and their space. So they have a fence around it. But here, your yards are so big. Yeah, here your yards are so big, you don't put fences up for the most part. Privacy fences. You call them privacy fences. In England, that's just a fence. You would expect to have a fence. If I bought a house in England and it didn't have a fence and I was in a town, I'd be like...
It's just like it comes with the house. Most of them all have fences or gates.
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't consider not having a fence around your yard because then everyone can see in, because you're close. So even like my sister's next door neighbours, the house, even though her house is detached, there's probably only like 4 or 5 feet between her and her neighbor's
So you can
house.
see into your neighbor's houses if the windows are open or...
So no, on the sides of the house, typically you don't put a lot of windows. They don't build a lot of windows onto the sides of houses. So typically most of the windows are at the front and the back of the house, which kind of... But there are side windows too, like on your stairwell and things like that. But most of your rooms are either at the back facing or the front facing. And so they have their windows that way. And then that way you're not really overlooked because you're looking over the garden and the next person's garden in the next road. But from the sides, you can normally see into your neighbour's yard. So you can't sunbathe naked.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's a problem. But no, you just... you don't have that level of privacy. But I don't think you do here either in your yards, do you? You don't have privacy.
Even though we have more space, you still have, I feel like you've got more neighbors that can just see in.
And all the kids, because it is so open, all the kids play together, which is lovely.
For the most part.
It is really
when
lovely.
you have a good neighborhood, which we all hope for.
But I mean, in England, you'd be worried about people running into your yard, jumping on your trampoline and having an accident. That's what we would be more concerned about, and those kind of things. It's just different.
There are a lot of different things.
There are things to be aware of when you're traveling, right?
Yes, I know. We talked about some of the funny terms about the British language.
Oh yes. If you fall over, yes,
fall over like
arse over tit.
What?
Yes, I know. So that's like, oh, he went arse over tit, or she went arse over tit. It's just like, it means that you fell. Everything went akimbo.
Tits up.
Yeah.
I think I really love that saying. It might be in my new vocabulary. And what about when like you were saying, like when you say, "Oh, I'm pissed," like we say that.
Oh yes. So in England, if you say, I was really pissed," that means you were absolutely drunk or rat-arsed, as we call it.
Rat-arsed.
Yes, someone says, he was rat-arsed. That means that he was smashed.
So like
smashed,
pissed drunk. When they say pissed drunk, that would actually be like a redundant statement in the UK.
Yes.
You say I'm pissed.
Yes. That means you're mad here, doesn't it? Or angry.
Yeah.
Or cross.
Cross.
Oh, so cross. But yes. And over in England, if you said I was mad, that means you were crazy. You were nuts.
Like we're all
she
mad
was
here.
Mad. She was so mad. That means that she was nuts.
Yeah. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Crazy.
We're all mad here.
I know.
But it's crazy.
But it is crazy.
I know.
And really, that makes 33 minutes of chit-chat about nothing.
About England and all the differences. Maybe we'll have to do one about the U.S. for all your...
So many fun things about the U.S.
Yeah, it's crazy. So all of you need to go to Ikea and get you some little dish
stuff
towels.
That you don't need.
And not the balls. Don't get any balls.
No Swedish balls.
All right, everyone. Until next time, have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.